How's it going, guys? With this lesson I want to take you through the natural chord progressions. Basically the theory behind it, the formula, the reason why it's natural, the scale you can play over it. To be honest, it's very easy. All you need to know is that with scales and with chords, everything in music theory in general follows a formula. Everything has a formula behind it and the reason behind it. So right, without scales we're not going to have chords. So what I'm going to do is take you through the major scale, the first ever scale. It's also called an Ionian. It's part of the Heptatonic family, which is Heptatonic is a 7-note scale. It's a diatonic family as well. So it starts in C. Reason why you hear a lot about the C major scale is that particular scale played over the note C means the notes that you play are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's no sharps, there's no flats, there's nothing in it. The way that scale is formulated means that there are no sharps and no flats. So, if you don't know the scale, if you do, you can fast forward. If you don't, this is the scale. It starts in the letter C, which is the 3rd fret on the A string. So, and the pattern is 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. The string below, exactly the same thing. 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. The string below, slightly different. 4th fret, 5th fret. So altogether it is right. What we use with chords and the formula behind the chord is basically the root, 3rd and the 5th. What? Okay, with these scales, they're also referred to as numbers. So, 1, the root note, the 1st note, 2nd note, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's why that's called an octave. Think octopus. It's the 8th note. It's basically the same note, just a higher pitch or even a lower pitch, but that's why we refer to it as an octave, because it's the 8th note in the scale. They're both the same note. Right, so again, how do we get a chord? We take the root note over the 1st note, the 3rd note and the 5th note. Now there's hundreds of different types of chords, but we're going to go through the natural progression in the natural major scale, the C major scale. So, root note, C, 1st note. Now from this scale, we're going to try and find the 3rd note. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So we've got the 3rd note, which is C, D, E. Right, so we've got E. Where are we going to find an E that we can play them both together? On the D string, it's the 2nd fret. Okay, so those two together, cool. So we've got the root and we've got the 3rd note. Now again from here, we're going to try and find the 5th note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is G, open. So all together, 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd. That's a C major scale, major chord. So it's the first chord in the C major scale. So we're going to follow the same formula and the same pattern. We're playing the root, i.e. the 1st note, the 3rd note in that scale, and the 5th note in that scale. So let's move up to the next fret, which is D. So from D in the C major scale, from the note D, we're going to try and find the 3rd note. So from here, so we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got it. So luckily, 5th fret, 3rd fret. We can play these two together. That's cool. Right, so now we've got to try and find the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Right, now we've got to try and find this note on another string so we can play all 3 of them together, which is 2nd fret on the G string. So 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So that's the next chord, the next natural chord in the C major progression. C major, D minor. I'll tell you the reason, we can go through the formula and the reason why it's a D minor, but at the moment we'll just go through the names and the patterns of the chords. So, okay, cool, so we've got our first 2 chords, not really much behind it until we get the other chords together, following the same formula. Right, so we've done C, we've done D, now it's E. So from this note, in that scale, from this note, we've got to try and find a 3rd note. So 1, 2, 3, okay, right, there you are. Right, so 7th fret, which is the E, and the fifth fret there, which is a G. Cool, okay, so that's the third note, root, third. Now we've got to try and find a fifth note. 3, 4, 5. Cool, there it is. That's the B. So we've got the 7th fret, the 5th fret, and the 4th fret. So that's the next chord that we want in that progression. So let's start again. C major, D minor, E minor. Okay, we can start to hear like a little pattern forming. It's starting to become a little bit more natural, and we can start hearing something behind it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for the next note. So we've got C, D, E. We've already got that at the moment. C major, D minor, E minor. Next note, F, C, D, E, F. Right. So same rule apply. First note, third note, fifth note. So in that scale, so we've got right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got A. Now we've got to try and find an A on another string so we can play them together, which is, on the G string, it's the 2nd fret. So, 3rd, 2nd. Cool. There's our root and our 3rd, or there's our 1st and our 3rd. So now we've got to try and find a 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. C. Right, so now we've got to try and find C on another string so we can play these two together. 3rd note and the 2nd note. And that's on the B string, it's the 1st fret. So, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Which is root note, 3rd note, and the 5th note. So let's start again. C major, D minor, E minor, F major. Okay, so now we can start hearing some kind of natural pattern that's forming with these particular chords over this particular scale. So, and all we need to do is, with every note in this scale, is follow the same formula of finding the first note you play, or the note that you're on, the 3rd note from that note that you're on, and the 5th note from that note that you fall on. So we've already found 4 chords: C major, D minor, E minor, F major. The next one in there, C, D, E, F, is G. So now we've got to try and find the natural G chord, which is, here we go, G, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's our 3rd note. That's cool. Now we've got to try and find the 5th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is D on the B string. So we've got 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret. Okay, so that's the 5th chord. That's the G major. So let's go for again. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major. Wicked. Okay, so now we can definitely start hearing a pattern. We're going to follow on. We're going to find 2 more notes, and then the octave. And that way we have the whole chord progression in that particular scale. So again, C, D, E, F, G. Right, what's after G? A. So now we've got to try and find from that scale. Okay, so now we've got to try and find the 3rd note in that scale. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, so now we've got to try and find the 5th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 7th fret on the 1st string, on the D string. 5th fret on the G string. There we go, that's the E, so that's the 5th fret on the B string. There we go, so root, 3rd and 5th. C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor. So now we're going to go for the last chord in that progression, which will be C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So now we're going to go for B. So C, D, E, F, G, A. Now we're going to try and find again the root, 3rd, or this note, the 3rd note in that scale, and the 5th note. So 1, 2, 3. Cool, right, so there's a third note, so now we've got to try and find the fifth note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's the fifth note. 1, 3, 5. Sounds a bit weird. That's because that particular chord together, which is the 4th fret, 3rd fret, and the 1st fret, that's called a diminished. It's a diminished chord, but we'll go through the formula and the reason why it's a diminished as well. So there we go. So that's the last chord in that progression before we go back to the major again. So let's start from the beginning. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and then we follow off with the major scale again, major chord, which is up here. So 5th, 5th, 3rd. So that's why we call it a natural progression, because you're using the same formula as the root, 3rd and 5th, but all the way up, only in those notes in the scale. So what I'd suggest is with that scale, if you don't already know it, learn those notes up and down one string, and then again on the same, the 2nd string, the 3rd string. So for example, rather than going, we're going to go, so we're going to do it on one string. So it's 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret, 14th, 15th. So let's carry that on. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, then, which is 10, 9, 7. So that's G major, 12, 10, 9, which is A minor. Then the next one, this one's going to be a bit of a stretch. It's B, so it's the 14th fret on the 2nd string, 12th fret on the string below, and then the 10th fret on the string below that, and then the octave. So that's the major chord. So what I'm going to do, let me just play it through, just so we can hear it. With that progression that's going on, the natural progression of the root, 3rd and 5th in that particular scale, we're going to go through and we're just going to muck around with the C major scale over it. So, that's why it's called a natural major and natural progression over it, because you're using the same formula, root, 3rd and 5th, in that particular scale. But firstly, learn the scale, C major scale, G major scale, you can learn it anywhere. Any note that you start off with on the board follows the same pattern. So for example, if we do it in G, we're going to follow the same formula. G major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So that's the order of chords: major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octave. So learn that scale, just that C major scale across the board everywhere, just so you can familiarise yourself with that pattern and the chords that come with it. Now don't forget, when I was doing this, we've also got the open chords. So C major, the next note was D minor, which is, the next note was E minor, the next note was F major, the next note was G major, next one was A minor, and then it was B diminished, back to C. We'll go through the open chords on another lesson, but it's just to show you that natural chords, natural progressions over a standard, following the same formula over a standard scale. So experiment with yourself. If you've got any questions, please let me know, but I hope you enjoy and you learn something from it. Have a good one.